Because ketamine, I mean, we're being cautious right now, and I'm going to tell you what we have on hand, but I'm going to tell you what we've used in all of our ketamine sessions. So we have an ambu bag and airways, just in case. I
Hmm.
mean, everybody sort of keeps them around. We have a blood pressure monitor and a pulse monitor. For allergic reactions, we keep an EpiPen and and some Benadryl around. If people have high blood pressure, we have one medicine which we call clonidine. We keep around for anybody that has high blood pressure that's not controlled. For nausea, we use ondansetron, which is an 8 milligram sublingual lozenge, which we have used a little bit of that. For agitation, we keep on hand lorazepam, which is another medicine. And for tachycardia, we keep propranolol. Bladder symptoms are something that can sometimes come up with ketamine, so we keep some pyridium around. Pyridium is an odd drug. It comes and goes in Canada. So, we have got some currently, but we don't use a lot of it. So the only things we've used out of that list are we have used some clonidine, which we use for hypertension, because sometimes people are really nervous and their blood pressure goes shooting up and it doesn't come back down. And we have used pyridium for bladder irritation, and we have used ondansetron for some nausea. Those are only three meds we've ever used, but the others are there as precautionary, just like you should always have things on hand. But, for all medicines, I think there needs to be something around. And that's what we've done. Precautionary just in case. And, usually with blood pressure, we encourage people to take their blood pressure a few minutes later. Try again, like let's just see. And then we always ask them if they have had high blood pressure to take it in between. What do you get when you go to the drugstore or any other place? Because we know that this is a situation where your blood pressure is increased. And so, trying to do some slow, deep breathing and see if you can bring it down, or else getting them to check it.
Hmm.
Actually, it was interesting because a couple people we found, and we actually sent them to their family docs and to get their high blood pressure, their hypertension treated. So in a way, you're saving their lives in the long run because you found out they have some hypertension.
I had an unusual thing that happened in our last KLE where somebody who was on thyroid medication was probably on a bit too much of it, and their pulse was too high. And even though they had been off of it for a few days on my advice before they came, I wasn't that very worried about it. They had otherwise they were fine in a
Yep.
cardiac sense. But the really amazing thing was that ketamine is known for raising the pulse, but her pulse went down on ketamine.
See.
And we talked about it later about, why do you think your pulse went down? And she said, I felt so calm on ketamine. I haven't felt that calm in living memory, that her pulse went down.
Yeah.
It went from about 90 to 72. I mean,
Good indication to take more
I,
ketamine.
now that's an aberration, and
Yeah.
I'm not telling you that's going to happen very often, but